What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So this random comment showed up on my feed from my last video where, I've been talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, talking about the whole live service thing and how a lot of these people claim that they don't want live service games, but the companies that are making them, some of them are making single player games, but they are still stuck in the what if. Rocksteady made some single player game in their dreams or whatever it is. The reality is Rocksteady was already done with Batman. And believe it or not, as much as it may pain some of you, Rocksteady actually wanted to make a game about the Suicide Squad. This is a very hard pill to swallow because, at the end of the day, it's not necessarily the one that fits all of the narratives. And as much as I want to just say this in a vacuum, I also have to bring forward the receipts. But first of all, let's look at this comment because I think it's really going to inform us. But let's go ahead, man. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. No, they said, you don't understand. Otherwise, you wouldn't be de-sucking studio like WB. WB is a publisher, not a studio in terms of video games, but whatever. They could have made a gem of a game. Instead, they made a new skin-based game where they not only got your $70, but get $20 skin bundles too. WB exec said, we're in financial difficulty. Let's make a games as a service game. We can farm for revenue. You were sitting in the meeting. You were literally right there. You were sitting there going, yeah, I saw them when they did that. You, that's Video Game Fight School channel guy, and other YouTubers like, yeah, give me that load. In the time they spent making 2 games as a service games, one already a failure, the other remains to be seen. They could have made some good main character games, but microtransactions won the room of investors. I know the second game that you think you're calling a live service game, and that's Gotham Knights, and it's not a live service game. You seem not to want to get it through your thick skulls that game is not a live service game, but I'm going to continue to tell y'all. But here, let me jump your memory a little bit in 2020. When Stephen Hill said he was excited about this game. Listen.
Here, this is Rocksteady's new game, and there is a lot of anticipation behind it, right? And the Arkham games are extremely popular, and buzz has been building behind this new game. So, what can you tell us?
Well, I'm really excited and proud to be able to reveal Rocksteady's Suicide Squad. It's a unique new franchise.
I'm really proud and excited to reveal Rocksteady's Suicide Squad. Listen to another question that he answered in 2020 and just tell me if this sounds like somebody who was disappointed that they made this game.
Games are all about experience.
Okay, well, that's awesome. But let me just ask you this. Why this game? Why Suicide Squad?
Well, when we're starting any game, Rocksteady games are all about a character-driven game. It's all about that kind of heart and soul of the characters that we want to bring to life. So we worked with DC. We looked at, all the different properties, all the different great characters that they have. And Suicide Squad really spoke to us because of how fascinating these flawed characters are and the fact that it's fusing all of these characters together. When you're creating a game, you're creating a universe and you want to build it with real heart and soul inside it. And that's what really inspired us to make the Suicide Squad game because, DC have this fantastic roster of villains and being able to actually play these villains and see the interaction and life between them is something that got us really energized and excited.
So energized and excited seeing the Suicide Squad. So they were hyped. Rocksteady themselves, according to their founder, were hyped to make this game. And I have to read this comment and somehow take it seriously. Or maybe it's one of those, hey, Stephen, blink twice if you're under duress. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, we've been at this whole Suicide Squad thing for about, 3 years, plus. These folk that are over here whining about the fact that they may have gotten some single player game, they're not serious about their gaming. They're just talking to make it sound like they're serious or because they have nothing else to do. You see, you could play Spider-Man. Marvel Spider-Man 2 came out just a few months ago. You could go beat it several times. Batman Arkham Knight has like 4 or 5 save file slots. You could 100% it 5 times. It will give you a lot of playtime in your library. Go for the Arkham City save slots. Go for Arkham Asylum and do Arkham Origins. If you are hungry for these single player games, pick up Marvel Spider-Man 2018 and knock yourself out. There are games to the effect. Play Gotham Knights. It's not a live service game. You can play it solo. You can play it offline. You can literally download it, take your internet cable, give it to your dog to chew on, and keep playing the game. The game is not a live service game. It has co-op. Educate yourself before you start to make yourself sound really foolish on the internet. This is the problem that we have, because these people are over here crying about these single player and live service games when we have a plethora of all of them just spilled around the place. But it's as if when the live service game is coming on, they don't want it. All of a sudden they become all righteous and virtuous and want to stand upon some, I don't know, pedestal and tell us how we are the ones causing the breakdown of the gaming, industry. I just can't seem to imagine the obsession. If the game is not appealing to you, I mean, keep giving me views. I'll take them. I mean, you know what I mean? But I recommend that, maybe you just play something that you actually like and let other people make up their minds.